Hey everybody, today is Wednesday and I've been wanting to do a video about my leatherman and all the uses that I have found with it since I've owned it for the last 3 weeks, I want to say. So first of all, I like to carry it on my belt, and you guys can't really see it, but I like to carry it on my belt. That's kind of the preferred way for me. But what I have found is at work I have to wear what I'll call like a fresh airline belt that feeds my helmet because we deal with like contaminants in our welding, and that belt rides right on the top of that holster, and it makes my hip hurt. So unfortunately I started putting it in my locker when I go to work, but I'm gonna put on the pocket clip and attempt to carry it like that, although I really do like carrying it in the sheath. Alright, so in case you didn't see the video before, I went out and ordered a Leatherman Wave, and it is a awesome tool, and I thought that we should go over all the different uses, at least that I've found in the last 3 weeks of having this. Okay, so first of all, it has some obvious things like a knife, two knives actually. One is serrated, one is just regular. You can imagine all the different uses for a knife. What I like to, you might hear some noise. We got an Amazon package and May is really enjoying the box. But one thing that I've noticed is, you know, you can open letters with this. You can let's say you're grilling and you need to check, you can cut it. There's just so many uses for having a knife. It has a file as well. See, here's also a wood saw, and over here is the file. These you can imagine also all the uses, but of the tools, I haven't used these ones quite yet, but I haven't been out camping yet. So out camping, you can touch up your axe, and you can trim down small trees if you need to, maybe to make some sort of a shelter, or just something real simple like putting a tarp over something and a stick is in the way. It would be really nice to have a small handheld saw so you could get the job done. As you guys know, I've been working on the moped a lot. Wiring. It's nice to have that wire cutter, and also it has, which a lot of people actually don't see, is this little V right here. That is a wire stripper. So I've used the wire stripper, I've used the wire cutter for wires obviously, and also welding out in the garage. I use that for my MIG wire. The needle nose pliers has a million uses. I've used it for pulling cotter pins, making adjustments on my scooter, stuff like that. Grabbing stuff that is either in an area that's too big for your hand, you can get in there. And all of this, of course, is at the ready, which is very nice. You can have your hand lodged in, pull this out one-handed and flick it open. And in fact, people don't really think you can have a one-handed operation with it, but say this hand is busy, you can get in there and open this up and one-handed, which is very nice. Phillips, and this pulls out and flips over to a flathead. That is super handy. The screwdriver, a million uses as well. One big use for me is I go to open a cabinet, maybe the hinge has become a little loose, you can snug it up. Once again, tuning on the scooter, this came in super handy. What else? I had to take this door off for this cabinet to re-glue it. Use the multi-tool as well. It saves me from running out in the garage. We got a scissors on here, which these scissors are really sharp and they're very, very nice. Use that to get tags off your shirts, and that's what I've used it for. Some thread, like to sew, I've used it for that. Most of the other uses, I guess, could have been with the knife as well, which there's a billion uses for that. But a lot of people really do enjoy the scissors. This right here is a tiny screwdriver for your glasses or any really small device. Another use I found is, our house, the locks are like the push button kind, so on the back side to unlock them you have to push the button. This fits in those and you can unlock your doors if they accidentally get locked. I tried it out one day to see if it works, and it does, so that's kind of another cool thing. And then this is a large screwdriver, flathead of course, or very light pry bar. I've used it as a screwdriver working on the back of the fridge, and it works wonderful. I really put some force on it. I thought it wasn't going to work, but it did work. So I just thought those are a few of the uses I can think of off the top of my head, but this thing is awesome, and I truly do really enjoy carrying it on my belt. I don't notice it there, and it's come in handy dozens of times already, so I'm sure camping and stuff like that, this thing will be wonderful. And I think one of the greatest things they did is every single tool locks. You know, your knife will lock into place. Your file, everything like that, including the small tools on the backside. All the small tools on the backside, they as well lock, and then to unlock them you gotta push this button. So that's just like so crucial to me, because all the multi-tools I've had before never locked, and so as you're trying to use the screwdriver with pressure, it slips, and you use the knife, but you're very cautious, whereas this, it locks and you can actually get some stuff done, which is really, really handy. But yeah, so that's essentially it, guys. Thanks for watching, and I hope you enjoyed.